Good morning, everyone. How are we doing this morning? How are we doing? Check in, because I'm going to be honest. I'm not feeling well today. So I don't know how we're going to do today. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm at about 70%, and that's putting it nicely. So, how are we doing? Let's get it. Let's see who is in the building. Touch Grass was first. Chris, Janine, Mike, Saray. How are we doing? Jaden. Whoa, Jaden. Did Jaden finally come to his senses? Jaden, I'm proud of you. Jeanette, John, Dre. I think I got everybody. Hit that like when you come in. Hit the like. If you're new, hit the subscribe. But I'm pretty sure all of you, none of you are new. Disappearing Matt. Now, Disappearing Matt, I don't know. You may not be new, but the name, it doesn't, I don't see it all the time. How are you doing? Disappearing Matt. I like the name. I want a victory too. Disappearing Matt. Tweet Pat, what up? How's the volume? Is the volume good? Let me know. Is the volume good? Is everything okay? I'm okay, Millennium. I'm not 100%, but I'm here for you guys. For you, I'm here. I'm at about 70% right now. How are you, Millennium? Derek, Kevin, Nathan, the Red Man. Let's go. All right, let's get into it. Cleveland at Baltimore, 1 p.m. CBS. Watch party, 1 p.m. Okori on Sports 2, in case you don't want to see it on CBS, or if you want to put it on mute and watch us. Let's go. Dre 2K, have you been on the internet too much, or have you been watching too much media outlets? Because I have never seen a regular season game for any player in sports history, except maybe LeBron James, be called a legacy game. I've never seen it. Never. Week 10 of the NFL for somebody be called a legacy game. This is ridiculous. And we're going to get into that later on in the show. For any player in the history, for their legacy to be defined on week 10 of the NFL. Now, I've seen it in playoffs and Super Bowls, but a regular season game, we'll tap into that a little bit later. How are you doing, Dre? How are you doing? Volume is great. It's great to be back. Suffered a widow maker heart attack on a mountain. Oh, Disappearing man. Hopefully you're feeling good, man. What up, Jay Brow? It's on Fox for you. Is it on Fox? Wait a minute. Let me check. Maybe I got it wrong. Jay, let me check. Did I get it wrong, chat? It is on Fox. Thank you, Jay. Nathan, thank you. Why did I think it was on CBS? Wait a minute. Let me fix that right now on air. Fox. We're going to fix it. Shout out to all my Patreon members. This is the Patreon pregame show. We went over on Patreon and we did the pregame show. So I just want to let you know, this is the Patreon pregame show. Shout out to all the members that were there Friday evening, and we went down and we did this show together. Shout out to Brandy. How are you doing? Thank you, Nathan, for fixing that. Now, let's get into the show. Browns defeated the Cardinals 27-0 last week. You know how it goes. A shutout. 0-0. Zilch. Yo. How'd you feel about the victory? You know the scale. You know how we do. From 1 to 10, Brandy, 1 o'clock games are great, and we missed you last week. What happened? Hopefully you're fine. 1 to 10, how are you doing on the scale from the victory? 1 eh, you know, I expected more. Only 27 to nothing. I would have rather had it been 63 to nothing. I seen some stuff like that too, by the way. I am not impressed. That's your one category. Or up to 10. It was great. I feel confident now about this team. Let's go, Browns. You're at a 10. You slept like a baby. Woo! Ready to roll. Where are you at between 1? I expected more like 63 to nothing. Or a 10, it's a shutout. It's a victory. I slept like a baby. Where are you at between the Browns defeating the Cardinals 27-0? I will read your comments, and then I will tell you where I'm at and why with my rating. Prayers out to Matt, man. Disappearing Matt. Hopefully you're feeling better. Thank you for coming in to the show. AAA, what up? AAA, how are you doing today? AAA, part of the Patreon pregame show. How are you doing? It's usually on CBS. Half the time, they show a different game. Nathan, I swore it was on Oh, man. Listen, thanks for helping me out. If you just came in, it might be a tough game for me today, but I'm sticking out for you guys. 7, Redman. 8, Robert. Nathan at an 8. Lamont Jr. What up, Lamont? At an 8. You love 1 o'clock games. Hey, J-Bo. You know I'm all about the 1 o'clock games. Kevin's at a 6. Dog Day. John's at a 9. Millennium's at an 8. Janine's at an 8. 10 because the defense only gave up 58 total yards. All right, Mike. Saray's at a 7. Derek's at a 6. Kenny Albert's calling a game today, and the last time we won against the Ravens on the road, he was calling it. So I got the Browns winning today. Jick said, screw your rating. I got Browns winning. Good stat, Jix. Thank you. Kenny Albert. Wow. You pulled out that stat out your hat, didn't you? I like the stat. On a scale of 0 to Miles. 8 because the Cards aren't very good this year. 10 because not many games you get where you can be so relaxed watching. What up, Austin? I like the ratings. I've seen as low as 6. The lowest I've seen is 6. The highest I've seen is 10. Nothing lower than 6. What up, Mike? How are you doing? My rating is a little where you guys are at. I'm at an 8, and here's why. Very impressive win to me. I know the opponent as far as why I'm not at a 10. The quarterback is why I'm not at a 10. But these are NFL players too. When I seen scores, like it has to be like 63. These players have pride too. It's not like we're just going out there doing 11 on nobody out there on the field. They have pride. They want to get stops. We have injuries on our team. We have a quarterback playing with injury. But I go out of 8 because we played against Clayton Tune. I don't even know who that is. But 58 total yards given up. I don't care if it's Clayton Tune, Billy Zappi, Nathan Peterman. I don't care who the quarterback is. When you give up 58 total yards in an NFL game, that's impressive. And it should get a 8 by itself at that alone. When you give up 58 total yards. Now, would I like the offense to look more consistent? Of course. Would I like to score every possession? Yes. But sometimes that's just not realistic. It's not going to happen all the time. That's why I'm at an 8, because the offense didn't score every time. At times, the offense did sputter, but our defense was phenomenal. Arizona didn't have a chance. I think we had like 8 or 9 sacks. Dalvin Thompson was amazing, and he messed up my big dog of the week, dagnabbit, because it wasn't Za'Darius Smith. So that's why I'm at an 8. Let's see here. Need consistent play from the offense, not just Watson, but play calling as well. Don't get cute. Our offense won't be a 10 without Chubb. That's a very good point. I miss Chubb. 8. I saw a post the other day that said at this point in the season, the defense is the best in whoa. In NFL history? Right now, I would say that's wrong because we're not the number one scoring defense. We're third. The number one scoring defense is Baltimore. To be the best in history, I need you to be number one in every category. Rushing, passing, scoring. Ones across the board. Before I'm ready to give history. But that's me. Alex Van Pelt came out and said that the throws where Watson missed was more on the receivers than him. Interesting. But that's me. That's my expectations. If somebody says history, I need ones across the board. And right now, we're going up against the number one scoring defense in the Baltimore Ravens today. And the Browns are number 3 scoring defense. Number 1 in total yards given up. This is going to be, it could be a doozy. We got to be able to run the ball. QB play has been down across the league this year. That's why Lamar's looking good. I mean, I got to give Lamar. I always give Lamar credit. I don't take credit away from Lamar Jackson. If you've watched this show from throughout the years, whenever he is on the field, I am terrified because he is dangerous. Running the ball, obviously, and his throwing has gotten better every single year. Is he Tom Brady? No. Is he Drew Brees? No. Is he Joe Burrow throwing the football? No. But he will beat you if you let him. I am terrified of Lamar Jackson every time we play him. What up, Shino? How you doing? He said the best in history. We're good, though. You excited for the Steelers to move to 6-3? Because I am. I am not excited. I don't even know. Who are you guys playing today? I don't even know who you're playing. What up, Cheryl? How are you doing? All right. Before we move on, 1 o'clock, Browns, Ravens, CBS, watch party, next on Corey on Sport. Fox. Why keep saying CBS? It's on Fox. The screen says Fox. I'm used to being on CBS. On Fox. Or you can react with us here on YouTube. It's your choice. Or you can do both. That's what I prefer you do. Do both, if you can. Packers. Man. They might not even score. You're not too worried about today. We have 3 losses to give. Today isn't that important? That's an interesting take. Not sure if I agree with that take, but you may be the only fan that I know, Rob. If we lose today, the world isn't ending. So I'm going to need you to spread some of whatever confidence that you have along Browns world fans around the world. Nathan, I love Cho too, but when you're in short yard situations and you run 3 pass plays in a row, that's a problem. You need to run the ball in that situation. I must have missed something. Lamar's a beast, but Deshaun can be just as good as him. Good luck today. It should be a good one. What up, Nick? What up, Chris? Corey for president? No, you for president, Chris. You. No Jair either. Yeah, y'all won. Man, that's like an exhibition game. I'm from Texas, so I'm rooting for the Texans today against the Bengals. You should always root for anybody against the Bengals because it's the Bengals. Corey, we need to stop being scared of QBs in our divisions. Listen, Jay, there's nothing with him being in our division. I'm scared of Lamar Jackson, whether he's on the Ravens, the Packers, the Niners. He's just good. To me, he's good. He just happens to be on the Ravens. That's all. He happens to be on the Ravens. I was scared of him when he was in Louisville. He didn't even play Ohio State. I just think he's that good of a talent. That's all. He just happens to play for the Ravens. What up, Bosco? What up? What up, the life of Chapo? All right. Second question of the day from our Patreon stream where we did the pregame show live. If you want to be part of that, join the Patreon. It's in the description of the video. We have fun making these because we have to, be collective. We have to, what is the question? What are we going to do about this? So, Deshaun Watson. There's many ways you could talk about Deshaun Watson, but this is very interesting when this question was brought to me. Can Watson improve on the short passing game? His short yardage passes, because they've been off. They've missed. He hit some bombs to Amari Cooper. He had a couple lasers to Amari Cooper, but they were bombs. They were long. His short passes haven't been on point. There have been misses. Now, I seen somebody in the comments said, Van Pelt blamed the receivers. Okay, that helps a little bit. But can he improve on this? He's going to have to. The accuracy is going to have to improve every single game. In my opinion, we're going up against the best team in the NFL this week. Or at least in the AFC. You got Philly, you can argue, and Baltimore. Baltimore is the hottest team. They are beating teams like they stole something. And it's the truth. So the short passing game is going to have to get better. It's going to have to be on point. So, can he improve in this situation? And will he? Let me know. Our starting O-line is absolutely atrocious right now, J-Bo. We're going to talk about that. Oh, my goodness. I don't even want to think about that. The Browns need to strike first and score early. Keep the pressure on Lamar if we have a chance of winning today. Do you think we'll see a new and improved Deshaun today? Patreon is full around chatting, keeping up with other members is great. Today's extremely important. If we lose today, the rest of the season will be aimed at winning a wild card berth. Who wants that? Not me. You'll need to watch the games in the 80s. Always take what the defense gives you. Steelers going to score more than 28 points today for the first time in forever. He needs to be better against zones. As soon as the first read is taken away, he tries to go short, and it's too late. It misses or sets the receiver up. Going to be a tough game. It is going to be a very tough game. I do agree with that. All phases need to improve on the offense side of things. Did I miss anything? Let me see. I think I got everything. I tried to read every comment. Watson has 6 TDs and 3 interceptions with less than 1,000 yards. Half the problem is Watson still does not have the million reps. That is a very good point. But, nobody wants to listen to that. Nobody wants to hear that about reps with the receivers in Deshaun Watson because he's missed games and he's had injuries. All everybody wants to talk about, which I think some of it's true, and then some of it is, the off-field stuff, is money. That's all they care about. Well, I don't want to hear it. Money. No. He has to get reps with his receivers. He's missed games, and he's had an injury. Very good point, Brandy. Wide receivers have to force Lamar to pass. Wide receivers have to force Lamar to pass. Maybe he meant we. I think he meant we. Sorry. She probably meant we. I think she meant we. Sorry I missed the Patreon meeting for setting up the show on Friday. Cleveland has issues with any QB that can run the football. Will need to stay on the field, Brandy. Very good point. The life of Chapo. We have to stay on the field today to give our defensive rest, and you have to hit those intermediate passes for that to do that. Long, sustaining drives. Long, sustaining drives. I got everything. You also trade Watson. You would want us to do that, Shino Rising. You would be fine with us having Baker Mayfield back. It would make your life a lot easier. What up, James? How are you doing? Strong and Hunt should be above Ford, but he runs with no effort. As soon as he touched, he gives up, or he runs east and west the whole time. He loses yards. Okay. I must have missed your previous comment. Dobbs did okay. That came out of nowhere. What up, Sean? The former Cardinal, now Minnesota Viking, Josh Dobbs. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Before we move on to the next topic, Cleveland at Baltimore, 1 p.m. on Fox, locally. I got it right this time. It's on Fox. I got it. I'm at about 70% today, but hopefully it goes upward instead of downward. So make sure you are here today to help me out. Help me, if that makes sense. Hit the like if you're new. Hit the subscribe button as well. And hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that like button, please. Please. Dobbs is a beautiful man. Everybody loves Josh Dobbs. I like it. Everybody loves Josh Dobbs. I believe as the game goes on today, Watson will get better every quarter. Remember, Ravens O-line was damaged when they beat us last time. Anything is possible. All good. I'm hanging in there, James. Not the best today. I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is. I'm trying to, hang in there. But thank you for asking. Admira, how are you doing? Hey, Brandy. What up, Milk? How are you doing, my guy, Milk? What up, Jerome? Did I say that right? Jerome? What up, Jerome? What up? All right. Next question, which is a very good one, I think. When we came up with this question, I was like, And I don't know if I had a definite answer to this question. Let's see if you guys have one. Because we've had one receiver all year basically show up. Who needs to step up to help Amari Cooper? DPJ's gone, so that's not an answer. It's been Cooper or nothing. And Njoku doesn't count. He's a tight end. Brandy's favorite player, Njoku, doesn't count. What wide receiver needs to step up and help Amari Cooper? It's Amari or nothing. That has to stop. We need somebody else to step up and help number two. And for anybody who says Amari Cooper is not a number one, I don't know what you've been watching. What have you been watching? What have you been watching? What is the deal with Baker Mayfield and people still talking about him? I don't know, AAA. It's a weird love affair. And it's pretty weird to me. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. Will you feel better if the Browns win? I don't know, Jix. I really don't know. Hopefully. I'd be happy if the Browns win, Jix. I'd be happy. Will I feel better? I don't know. Ad gang. Oh, YouTube helping me out. Corey, if we win, we'll definitely need a victory call to mom. John, we'll see. Like number 39. Appreciate you, LFG. Well, Shino doesn't count, Rob, as that Baker Mayfield thing. He's a Steeler fan. So that doesn't count. Okay. Elijah Moore. I see an Elijah Moore signing. Moore, he should have had so many yards against the Seahawks, but PJ forced it to Cooper. What up, just for Corey? Maybe Watkins will show today. The fan favorite Austin Watkins will play today. I don't know, Kevin. I don't expect much from him. I don't know how many reps Deshaun Watson has had with Austin Watkins. So I don't expect much, but I do like some Austin Watkins. I like that guy. But I don't know. I don't expect much from Austin Watkins Jr. today, but we'll see. Anthony Schwartz or Jim Schwartz, Robert, when you say Schwartz. Just asking. Moore gets open. No one gets in the ball. I would like to see Tillman get in the flow. Another Elijah Moore. Hey. What up, Scott? Tillman. Kid at school said that Cooper is the worst number one in the NFL. Kids at school. That's all I needed to hear. Kids. That's it. I have nothing to say. A bunch of kids. You know what you tell them kids? You go to them and you tell them. It doesn't matter what they think. You say it just like that. And you find a clip of The Rock and you play it for them. Just liked it. Thank you, Admira. Moore, Tillman, Moore. He be open all day. I'm not going to lie. Throw it to number 19. Elijah Moore is as good as a receiver. Tillman needs targets. The new number 11. Don't get me started on the new number 11. James Prochet. I love him. He goes forwards on punt returns. That's all I need. He's going to return one. Book it. It's happening sometime this season. He's going to do it. Don't matter about reps. It does, Robert. It does. Because if they don't have that chemistry, it matters. He needs chemistry with all of his receivers. Obviously, he has chemistry with Amari Cooper. But he has to have chemistry with his receivers. He does. It does matter. Chemistry does matter. I love Austin Watkins with the rest of them. But you have to have chemistry with your receivers for it to work. For those timing routes, those timing outs, before the receivers turn their head, you have to have confidence that you can throw the football. So it does matter. As much as I love Austin Watkins, you got to have timing and chemistry with your quarterback. It depends on the team played. Trick question. Versus the Ravens. Has to be a slot guy. 50 more minutes to the game. Watson is show he's not a one-read QB. He is. We had too many. Watson a one-read QB? Has people said he's a one-read QB? I've never heard that till now. That's a new one. I've never heard that one. I've heard PJ Tucker being a one-read, but I never heard Watson. I've heard hold the ball too long. I've heard other things not having to do with football, but I've never heard that one. Ryan with the $5 donation. Ryan Fry. Going to be a great game. Book it. Book it? Book it. Appreciate you. Money talk. Here comes the money. Thank you. That was a little low at the beginning. Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Thank you. Here comes the money. I'm over the NFL. 99% fixing is way too obvious, but I'm still here. What do you mean 99% fixing? What do you mean by that? I don't agree with this 99% fixing. What do you mean? I need more. Listen, were you betting on something? Listen, when I bet, I think it's all fixed when I don't win. But when I win, listen, it's great. Hope Watson can fill Tillman. Not a one read, just saying we need to find other guys. Okay. All right. So I see a lot of Elijah Moore, which I agree. In the beginning of the season, which I've been totally incorrect, I thought he was going to be that breakout player. He hasn't been so far. Season's not over yet. But I agree. I think it has to be Elijah Moore. No Marquise Goodwin, concussion. No David Bell. Don't know why. for the remainder of the season, he has to be that guy. Cedric Tillman's a rookie. Not saying he can't be that guy. I would love to see him get more targets. Definitely in the red zone. When you have a big receiver, throw it up to him. One-on-one situations, I would love to get Cedric Tillman involved. But if I had to pick one player, one guy who needs to step up to help out Amari Cooper, one guy, Jay talking about we can't just throw it to one receiver like McCord throws to Harrison Jr. every single play. It has to be Elijah Moore, in my humble opinion. Just my opinion. Does it mean I'm right? No. Of course not. But that's who I think the guy has to be on a consistent basis to be that number 2 to Amari's number 1. And tell the kids at school it doesn't matter what they think. This is the game Nick Harris catches a goal line TD pass. Spread though passes out. Find out who can beat their man. Here's to hoping our offense can keep the ball moving a bit. I'm beyond nervous, Ryan. Shout out for the donation. Thank you. I agree. Watson is stuck on the first read. Just watch the game. I want to have to. All right. I'm going to watch. Well, you know what? Sometimes I can't watch like I want to because I'm trying to call the play, read the chat. So I don't get the privy of zoning in on Watson reading one man. But if you guys say so, I don't agree with him being a one-read QB. I mean, I don't think he's a one-read QB, but we'll see. I'm going to try and pay more attention. If he stares down like McCord does Harrison Jr. That's the only example I got right now. I can't think of anybody else. Put Garrett at fullback. What do I think about Nick Chubb's injury? It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my football fandom. Why do the Browns hate throwing in the middle of the field? I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you. I do not know. What up, Aaron? Aaron is the toughest critic here. My guy, Aaron. What up, man? How you doing? All right. Let's get on. Before we go, 1 p.m. We're not going. Wait a minute. See, I told you guys. I ain't right today. I am not right today. Holy crap. Before we go, we're not going anywhere, first of all. Before we move on to the next topic. 1 p.m. Fox. Ravens, Browns. Make sure you're here. I'm going to need your help today. As you can see, I'm all over the place. All over the place. Browns, Ravens, big time game. Make sure you're here. Energy, all that great stuff. Like, subscribes. You know the drill. Let's get into it. Shout out to the Patreon team. We all did this pregame show together. So we're going with the next question of the day. Here we go. Let me make sure I have the right. Told you. I told you all. I'm struggling today. Work with me. The AFC North. The AFC North. Who will make the playoffs out of the AFC North is the question. If it started today, the playoffs, all 4 teams are in. We started today. As much as everybody talks about Cleveland, they suck, they're terrible, they're trash, all that stuff. Fire the coach, get rid of the quarterback, blow it up after a loss, burn down the city. The Browns will be in the playoffs right now if it started today. Right now. Think about that. Through all the stuff, after every loss, every reaction, the Browns would be in the playoffs today if it started. But the playoffs don't start today. So, if you had to pick right now out of AFC North, who would be in the playoffs? Will it be all 4 teams? Will it be 3? Will it be 2? Will it only be 1? The toughest division in the NFL, all the teams are in. All teams have a winning record. All or at least 2 games over 500. Who will make it? If somebody put your face to the fire and you had to speak the truth, who do you think is getting in? I'm hanging in there, Aaron. How are you? Injury's been rough this year. I miss a lot. Steelers rooting for Dog Pound. Let's go. We're winning. Browns Nation. All 4. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything. Today is not the day to do a lot of screen passes. Be more defensive. It's too good on reading them. Baltimore. I got it. We got to get payback today. Browns, Ravens, and Bengals. What up, Harry? Everybody but the Steelers. Every AFC North is in. We know that part, Jay. But who's going to make it if you had to pick? Brandy, 17-month member. Shout out, 17.
Here comes the money.
And no playoff game.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Oh.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Jeff says Steelers, 12-5. Baltimore, Cincy, and Cleveland. Be hungry, the big payback. Everyone but the Steelers. Ravens and the Browns make it to the playoffs, says AAA. Ravens need a 4-game losing streak. I think we will get in. Brandy flexing for that playoff spot. Drop those likes for this man. Thank you, Hunter. Hit that like. I'd be greatly appreciated. Colts just won. Come on, Patriots. We needed the Patriots to win. Get it together. Get it together. So I've seen a lot of Baltimore and Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. I've seen a couple of Pittsburgh. I've seen a couple. I think I've seen one, all of them. Harry, in the hospital. First of all, Harry, get well soon. Prayers to Harry Williams. This is his 3rd week in the stream. Prayers out to Harry. Second of all, dedication to being in the stream, about to have surgery. That is the dedication that we love here at COS, Corey on Sports. We love that dedication. But health is first, Harry. Now, when you go into surgery, please cut off your phone. But prayers to Harry. Hopefully everything's okay, man. All jokes aside, hope you're all right. Prayers up to Harry Williams, man, going into surgery, coming out stronger and better. Hopefully when you come back out of surgery, you will tell us that everything went well. Prayers out to my guy, Harry. 3rd week in the stream, man. He's just in here before he goes into surgery. Shouts out to you, my guy. Browns and Ravens probably. Browns can make it as long as they make good play calls tailored to each game. Just out play call the team we go against. Our offense needs some love, though, to keep it going. What up, Hunter? What up, my guy? You think the refs will be or against? Tommy, if I had to pick one, against us. I have history and data that says against us here, Tommy, if I had to pick one. Thanks for the prayers, guys. Derek, you don't bet? Oh, well. Derek, sorry. I have an issue. Need a TD for Harry. All but Pittsburgh. Win the game for Harry. Appreciate you, Harry. Hey, man, get well. My brownies are almost done. Oh, what kind of, brownies? Just regular brownies? Anything in the brownies? All right. If I had to pick right now, who's going to make it at the end of the year? There are 2 teams to me. Just listen to me. I know you guys are going to get mad, but it is what it is. I got to speak from the truth. I got to keep it real. Unfortunately, until I am proven, you have to prove to me. You have to show me before I just pick you blindly to go into the playoffs. If my face is in the fire and if I get it wrong, they're going to burn it off. Who am I going to pick to go into the playoffs out of the AFC North. I'm not picking Pittsburgh because, listen, Mike Tomlin, he's great at what he does. But until that offense gets it together, I can't pick Pittsburgh. Okay? And then it comes down to our Browns. You got to show me right now, before I pick you two, would I love for them to go to the playoffs? Sure. I would love them to be the only team to get into the playoffs and tell the other three, kick rocks, go play in traffic. That is mean to say that, but that's how I feel. But you got to prove it to me before I just blindly pick you. There's a lot of what ifs I've seen. We'll make it if this, and if this. If I had to pick right now. Yeah, a lot of ifs. Cincinnati is proven track record that they start slow and then they end fast, and they're doing it again, and it makes me sick. And when Lamar Jackson's on the field, Baltimore has just been that team. So that's the two. If my face was on the fire, who I'm going to pick to be in the playoffs. The Browns have to show me before I blindly pick them to just go into the playoffs. That's just me. Being honest, face to the fire. I don't pick off fandom. I pick off realism. They got to prove it to me first. A lot of ifs. If. I need to see it to believe it. I'm not putting my heart out on the table for you to break it and snatch it away. I am a hurt, scorned fan. So I need to see it first to believe it. So if I had to pick, those are the two teams I'm picking. Now, who do I want? Just the Browns. Screw all of them. That's my answer. And some people may hate me for it, but I'm being real. I'm just real. Is this how it goes? Is this how I am? I'm real. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When I'm right, I'm right. Which I'm usually wrong more than right. Speedy recovery, Harry, my main man. Brandy, did you make something for me? Bro, the Browns won a Super Bowl. Everyone would be like, it was luck. Cincinnati luck. It's going to be play calling, stupid penalties, and possible injuries deciding the game. Teams need to figure out how to stop the Ravens and Bengals. Once they get on the roll, they're unstoppable. We have the defense, offense. It's always a struggle to too much. I cannot read today. We have the defense, offense is always a struggle. Too much for Watson. He's not coming back like former playing. We want to bring in talent because he's killing our cap. We are 50-50 at any game. If CJ wins against Cincinnati, I'm scared to play that man this year. What up, Mike? Baltimore is the best if Lamar stays healthy. He just has it for the past 2 seasons. I don't cheer for injuries. That's just what happened lately. That's not cheering for injuries. That's just a fact. That's a fact. If he's healthy, you can see. The data shows. I feel you. I've been trying my best to watch games since the heart and soul got injured. Most Def, man. You already know how I feel about Nick Chubb. You already know. So that's what I think. They got to prove it to me before I blindly pick them. Blindly go in there. The game's at 1 o'clock, Janine, on Fox. Before we go into the game and we talk about it, Browns, Ravens, 1 p.m., Fox. Thank you, Nathan, for changing it. Make me change it on stream. I thought it was CBS, but it is Fox, 1 p.m. on Fox. Make sure you're here to react with us. Hit that like. If you haven't hit the like yet, please. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you come back, like, share, subscribe, turn on all of your notifications. Greatly appreciate it. And it does depend on where you live as far as the time goes. Thank you, Brandy. I just said 1 p.m. for everybody. I don't care where you live. 1. That's incorrect. Depends on where you live. That's why my chat got my back, man. They already know. I'm already not 100% today. Me 100%. Me not 100%. Oh boy, we got problems. Thank you, Brandy. What up, Gmail? How you doing? John, what up? 2 jobs. Man, listen. It happens. No need to apologize. Just glad you can come through when you can. Let's go. All right. Time to talk about the game. before we get off here. Cleveland, Baltimore. Who wins? Why? Who's your big dog? Get him in the chat. We'll talk about the game. Now, I seen it way back earlier. My guy Dre 2K. I've seen this in a couple of forums and comments about this game. Listen, we all know why a lot of people don't like Deshaun Watson, and I don't get into off-field stuff. It is what it is at this point. But to call this a legacy game, that might be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard people say. And they've said some stuff. A regular season week 10 game, not a playoff game, not an AFC championship game or NFC championship if you're in the NFC, not a Super Bowl game, a week 10 regular season game. We're getting into LeBron James territory when Skip Bayless changes, the goalpost every time. Legacy game for a week 10. No. But going into this game, Browns are favored to lose by 6.5 points. Browns offensive line is in shambles going to Baltimore. To say this makes me nervous. But this is a very big game for both teams. Baltimore, if they lose, yeah, they'll be okay. But if they lose, you're giving this Browns team the confidence you don't want to give them. You don't want to give this Browns team confidence. You don't want this Browns team coming into your home, beating you with a makeshift offensive line, down receivers. I'm not even going to use no Nick Chubb anymore because we don't have him. And that's it. We don't have him anymore. I'm not even going to use him anymore. Nick Chubb is gone. I'm not going to use him anymore this year. We don't have Nick Chubb. We know we don't have him. I'm not going to use him anymore. We're down receivers. We're down a lineman. Greg Newsome is still out. But if you're to come in here and to go into Baltimore and win, the confidence it will give this team will be out of this world. But this game makes me nervous. With Baltimore, you could arguably say the best team in the NFL. They're the hottest team in the NFL, beating teams like they stole something. So who's going to win? Let me know who wins, why, who you got, who's your big dog of the game. Do I think we overspent on Deshaun Watson? Be honest. It doesn't matter what I think because it's not my money. That's what I always tell people. It doesn't matter what I think because it's not my money. If they believe he's worth it, he's worth it. Now, would I have done it? No. But it ain't my money. And that's what I always got to tell people. It's not your money, so it doesn't matter. Would I have done it? No. Because what came with it is why I wouldn't have done it. But they were desperate. They were tired of the quarterback they had. I keep telling people this. This is not about Deshaun Watson. It's about who we had, and they were tired of it. I'm just telling people that. But I wouldn't have done it because what it came with. That's why I wouldn't have done it. But it doesn't matter what I would have done. It's not my money. If you believe somebody is worth it, then you pay them. And they believed he was worth it. I wouldn't have done it because what it comes with. That's all. Football-wise, I think it's worth it. Outside noise-wise, I don't think it is. And that's how I roll with it. Newsome is playing? I thought he was out. Yes. Hey. Jix, more good news. Newsome is playing. Looking for Ravens by 10. I see Ravens by 10. We have number one defense. Cannot let OBJ win. I feel it. Browns going to be relentless today. They're going to be optimistic. Browns 20-18. This is the game where it looks like Watson loves looks like the Watson. Oh, move. Makes sense. That's the big dog. Watson's the big dog. Whoa. Hold on. Brandy? Did I read this right? Hold on. Here's the big dog. Did I read this right? David Njoku for big dog. He is the X factor. Stefanski just does not use him to operate in the middle. Stefanski? Who is standing in for Wills today? Does anybody know? This makeshift offensive line? That makes me nervous. What up, Cynthia? Ravens are at the top of their game. Facts. 21-17 Browns. Thank you for the like, Cheryl. Has Cleveland ever beaten Baltimore with Lamar? Yes, they have. They have, John. They beat them in 2019 at Baltimore. I'm hanging in there, Cynthia. The GOAT A.J. Green about to get a pick 6. If we can contain Lamar Jackson, the chances are better, but we have to be able to score and get out in front. I agree with that. Go Cleveland. Izzy, I think you're talking about Newsom. Get a rookie contract QB, less than $10 million. That's worth it. I want a rookie QB. That's terrible. Nobody wants a rookie QB. Unless they're CJ Stroud. Nobody wants that. No. Watson's my big dog. Because if he wins today, then I give him that. Watson? I also have Njoku as big dog. 2 Njokus? Watson needs to throw more big passes to Cooper and some other receivers. 24-20 Browns. 2021, they beat him at home. Joked him knockout for the season. I do remember that one. I was referring to when he played the entire game, but I do remember that when Tyler Huntley came in. No DTR this game. I think we should be able to pull this out, I hope. Browns win 20-17. Big dog, DW4, 4 to 5 big throws that win the game. Wide receivers called out. Hopefully they step up. Browns 23-15. Ravens have a stinker. Cooper, big dog. Okay. With a lot of people on the Browns. A lot of people on the Browns. Big dog Hopkins. 29-17 Browns. And win today's a big ask, but we have to believe there's no other alternative. It's big. It is big, Stuart. Baltimore favored to win. Baltimore, the more healthy team. All right. No QB can perform up to par without an offensive line to protect them. Robert, you're speaking facts, but people don't want to listen sometimes. Defense is the big dog. Ravens due for an L. Are they bringing PJ off the bench, Jeff? How does he get in the game? Is it a trick play? I'm wondering. How does PJ get into the game off the bench? Is it a flea flicker reverse? I'm wondering how that happens. Could you explain? That's a very big prediction there. 27-23 Ravens. Cooper, big dog. 27-23 Ravens. Defense is the big dogs. Hit that like when you come in. Sound effects work. Sorry. Gets on my nerves sometimes. All right. So, as a Patreon family, we had a couple of big dogs, but we had to narrow it down to who we picked as the big dog, because we had this player and this player. So we had to pick one, and we came down to this player off. This player had more votes than the others. Dustin Hopkins as the big dog of the week. We all love Dustin Hopkins. He's going to have to make some kicks this game. He's going to have to make some big-time field goals. He's going against the best kicker in the NFL on the other side of the field. Dustin Hopkins, will he outduel Justin Tucker is the question And according to our Patreon chat, he will. It will come down to Dustin Tucker. What? Dustin Tucker. Who? Dustin Hopkins. D-Hop. Who is Dustin Tucker? Who is that guy? I don't know. Big dog of the week. Dustin Hopkins. No excuses for DW. I don't know, Gmail. I don't agree with that. I think if it was another quarterback, hear me out, they would give an excuse for having a for glue sticks for an offensive line. I think they would give him an excuse, but it's the circumstances of how he was brought in. Hear me out. If he plays good and they lose, what happens? I'm just saying. So I wouldn't call it excuses. I'm just calling it facts. We basically have backups for tackles, which are glue sticks. I'm just saying. Against the second best defense in the NFL. But I agree. He needs to step up. I wouldn't call it excuses. I'm just calling it facts. When you have backup tackles, you have backup tackles. And that's not a good combination against this defense. Other way around. If Lamar Jackson had backup tackles going against Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith, I mean, I think you have to throw that into consideration. Backup tackle against Myles Garrett? Help us, please, is what Baltimore will be saying. That's all. Myles Garrett's my big dog. D-Hop can kick in Cleveland. You want some skibbity beep from our team this week? It will be easy for D-Hop in Baltimore. And then our Patreon prediction. Now, we had to take the majority prediction and the scores and jumble them together. Every score was in one possession in the Patreon prediction. One possession. So I took the scores, divided them up, and this is what we came up with one possession of the Patreon prediction. And this is who we chose. Now, did all of us agree? Maybe. But this is what we came up with. Hi, Corey and chat. Yes. How about them Buckeyes? How about them? And this is what we rolled with. Browns defeating the Ravens. After all the scores combined and then divided and all that great stuff together. 28-20. 8-point win. If this happens, I will be ecstatic. I may run around the room. Now, I don't know. Just going to put it that way. I am more nervous than a baby crying. What does that even mean? I don't know. But that is the Patreon prediction. 28-20. All the scores jumbled up together for a one-possession win for the Browns. I-O. Did somebody say I-O? Yes, I-O. O-H. I-O. Somebody said it. I believe Hopkins, Stefanski, we need to take points when the situation arrives. Yes, kick the field goal. Very good point. So we'll have to see what happens. I am very, very nervous. There were some low scores in there, J-Bo, when we were doing the prediction scores. This is just all the scores added up, divided together to come up with the score. I am very, very nervous for this game. If you ask me personally who I think is going to win this game, if I had truth serum, it wouldn't be Cleveland. I'm just being honest. I don't know how they're going to win this game with the backup line, with the receivers out. I think it's just going to be a tough task for Cleveland to win this football game. But I hope I'm wrong. I really, 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 really do. Because Baltimore is on some type of roll right now. But hopefully Cleveland can go in there and wipe the map with them. But it's time for me to roll. Got to get ready for the watch party. So make sure you come back. Have some fun. Here we go. I'm nervous. At the end of the day, this is what we watch for, right? Janet, thank you for the $1 donation. Janet, what up? What up? Appreciate you.
Here we go.
Last thing I see,
Here comes the money.
if the offense line protects Watson, 24-20. If the line doesn't, 24-10. I agree, Corey. Hope I'm wrong. Want to stay optimistic. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Got to head out of here. Get ready for the watch party. Until next time, appreciate everybody who came in. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.